Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my video. So basically, I'm in a situation right now. My car is stuck at the Home Depot, and I was in the Home Depot for about 45 minutes. Came back to my car, and my car is not starting. It's not cranking. I don't hear anything. But funny thing is, everything seems to work. All the lights work. The radio works. The blower motor works. I'm not getting AC, but everything works except the car is not running. It's not turning on. So I'm in a situation here where I'm thinking it's the starter, but I'm still trying to diagnose this. So basically, the first thing I did was I went out and turn on the headlights just to see whether it was the battery or not. It wasn't the battery, and I'm pretty sure it's not the alternator. I know it's not the alternator because about 15 minutes ago somebody tried to jump it, and normally I know if it's the alternator, the car would have turned on, and then as soon as he took the cables off, the car would have turned off. And if it was the battery, this car would have, it would have jumped this car. This car would have cranked over. It would have hurt something. It would turn on. But at this point, I'm pretty sure it's neither the battery nor the alternator. So I didn't think it was going to be the starter. I mean, didn't suspect that it was the starter. But at this point, I'm thinking it's a starter. I did change the starter about 6 months ago. Put in a rebuild starter. And I'm surprised this situation came up because I didn't have previous issues with this car from the point I put in that starter 6 months ago to now. So I gotta think, maybe it could be a fuse or a relay. But here's the thing: every time I turn the keys, the car does. I do hear it click. There's a noise coming from the solenoid. I can hear it in my car when I try to turn it on. I could hear the a click. So basically, at that point, I know it's probably not the relay, because if it was the relay, I wouldn't be able to hear the click, and the click is the click. It's a click that's coming from the solenoid. It's coming from the solenoid, and if it's coming from the solenoid, it means that there's power going to the solenoid. There's power going to the starter itself, but it's just not kicking over. It's not. The motor is not running. So basically, at this point, there's maybe like one last thing, which is the fuse. But out of the experiences I've had with blown fuses that cause this car not to start, there's normally two things that would cause that. Either you get a blown fuse and nothing in the car works. There's nothing on the dash. Radio doesn't work. Nothing works. It's as if there was no battery in the car, or the battery was completely dead. That's not the situation here, because I'm getting all the lights on the dash working and everything else working. So the other thing I could think of is, the other situation with the fuse is, I've had situations with blown fuse where the car would crank, but it won't crank over. It'll crank. It might stay on for a second and then it'll die out. It's not a situation here because it's not cranking at all. So I don't think it's the fuse. I don't think it's the fuse at all. So at this point, I guess my last test would be to go out and bump the starter, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take a crowbar, because I don't have a crowbar to hit the starter and then try to start it. I'm going to guess at this point that it is the starter that's the issue. I did call AAA and they're gonna come and pick up my car and tow it home. so that I could change out the starter. I mean, I'm not going to do any more tests on it because I've had previous experiences with starter issues, and I'm like 99.999% sure that it is the starter that's causing the issue in this car. All right, guys. I'm gonna wait for the tow truck. Stay tuned. Hey guys, how's it going? So I did change out the starter. Didn't knock on it. Didn't hit the starter to test that out, but I did change it, and guess what? The car starts up immediately. These rebuild starters, if you guys don't know anything about rebuild starters, I mean, I bought it rebuilt 6 months ago. I had it put in, but these rebuild starters, I mean, I did replace it with another rebuild starter, but I mean, only reason I did that was because the new starter is like very expensive. It's like twice as much as a rebuilt one, and if I had a choice, I would have gone on eBay and ordered an OEM used one, but I had no choice. It's my only car. I needed to get it running as soon as possible, so I got the rebuilt one again. Hopefully this will last me a lot longer, hopefully, but yeah, it was a starter. Alright guys, take care.